All right. So we're going to substitute z equals 15 into this, right? Okay, so you would get x plus y minus 15. That goes in for z, right? Equals -1. So you do it for that equation, right? And you also do it for the other equation, right? So you get 2x minus 2y, okay, plus 3 times z is how much? 45, right? Plus 45 equals 8, right? Okay? That's everybody good so far. All right, now here comes the next thing. So you got that, right? Okay, now, the next thing we're going to do is, oh, hey, let's do this. Why don't we do this? Why don't we add the 15 over like this and add the 15 over like that, right? Okay, so let's get x plus y equals 14. Okay, and let's get 2x minus 2y equals what? Negative 37. Okay, equals negative 37. Okay, so how's that? We'll stop there. Opposites with the y's. Okay, all right, making sense? All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply the top by 2 now, right? And we would get this then. We would get 2x plus 2y equals 28, right? Okay, and we get 2x minus 2y equals what? Negative 37, right? Is everybody good there? Okay, now what are you going to do? You're going to add them together. That's what I want to hear. Add them together. That's what you guys have been taught. Add them together. So you get 4x equals what? Negative, how much? Negative 9. And you're going to divide by 4, right? And you're going to get x equals how much? Negative, I can get 2.25. That's okay. We can use that. Although we like fractions in here, we'll use that, okay? All right, so here we go. We got this. X plus y equals 14. We're going to substitute this, negative 2.25, in for the x. And then what are you going to do? You're going to add 2.25 to the other side, right? As you guys know how to do, right? Like this. And you're going to find out what? That y equals 16.25. Okay, good. That's right. So we're going to, or is order triplet, right? Okay, so you're going to write down the x is negative 2.25. The y is 16.25, right? And then the z is 15. Give it to you. 15. But it says the order. So as you define the order. Okay, so the thing is, it doesn't matter which one you use, right? So we decided, okay, to get the x by itself instead, okay? So we got the x by itself, but the z also works. Okay, so everybody good so far? Okay, now what is it you have to do? You have to take that, right? 3 minus 4y minus z, and substitute it in for x, right, in one of the other equations, right, which is what you guys have been taught. So I'm substituting it in for one of the other equations. So here's what happens. First period said, let's take the middle one and let's put it in for the middle one, right? So that's what you're seeing happening now. I'm putting this in place of x in the second equation. Okay, so very clear. What's that? Yeah. Okay, so the next thing is distribute the 2, right? So here I am distributing the 2. Okay, so there's that, right? Now after I distribute the 2, what's the next thing we do? Take away the 6. Okay, take away the 6 and combine your like terms. There you go. That's what you're going to see happen now. I'm going to take away the 6 from both sides and combine my like terms. And here's what I end up getting. That right there. Okay, I'll freeze it. All right, so since I have this first equation right here, right, why don't I just take this same thing, I put it into this one, right? So why don't I also take it and put it into this other one also? Put it into the second one also. And so that's what you're going to see happening. There I am going to the last equation, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to substitute in for x 3 minus 4y minus z. And that's what you're going to see happening. Okay, there's that. Okay, all right, so here we go. So I'm going to distribute the 4, right, like this. Okay, and now we're going to combine like terms and subtract the 12 to the other side, like we've done the other one, right? Okay, so here we go. Subtracting the 4. I'm sorry, subtracting the 12, I meant to say. And putting everything on the other side, like that. Okay, and there's that. And it's not as hard as it looks. It's simple as can be. So here we go. So here's this. And here's this other one. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to multiply by. All right, so multiply then the top one by -2, like was suggested. Okay, so here we go doing that. Here's what you get. You get this. Okay. Y by itself. Right, I'm going to have y by itself now. Okay, so let's pull that down. Here we go. And now I'm going to get, okay, I get this now. Negative y equals 1. Okay, so look, common sense. If negative y equals 1, what does positive y equal? Negative 1. That's like, oh, that's so simple. Positive y equals negative 1, right? Okay, so we get that. Let me pull this out again. Positive y equals, yeah, one more time, negative 1. There we go. Okay. So we got. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to take the -1 and then put it in for, okay, this equation right here, this rating right here, okay? There I am doing it, okay? And I get that z equals 2. You get the same answer at the end. Okay, so substituting z equals 2 and y equals -1 into one of the original equations then. And you would end up getting this. Okay, so then the final answer would come out being like this, right? Remember, it's the ordered triple, right? It's the ordered triple, which is, there we go, hang on. Okay. Okay, there you go. Which is that. Okay, so 5, -1, and 2 will be the answer, right? Okay, so you get 2 of the 3 equations to get rid of one of the variables. So here, we're going to choose, oopsies, let's go back. Go back again, right? Go forward again. Let's try it again. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to use this one, and we're going to use this one, okay, to get rid of the x. Make sense? Okay, so all I'm going to do is now go over here and write both of those down. Here I am, writing them both down now. Both those equations we decided to use. And then what would you do to get rid of them? You would, an operation. You would add, you would add them together, of course. You would then add these together. So that's what you're going to see me do. I'm going to add these together. And this is what I end up getting. Okay, and I'll stop there. You take this equation, right, that you just got, and you put it in place of one of the 2 equations you just used to get that. You put it in place of one of the 2 equations you just used to get that. So in other words, you're rewriting the system. Okay, so first period decided to do this. Let's write the first equation as is, the second equation as is, and the third one, let's replace it with this guy over here. The one in the box. Okay, so we rewrote the system of equations. Now stop. Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 triple variable equations that you see there, right? and multiply the middle one by -2, right, to get rid of the x variable. Okay? And in turn, then I'm going to add these together, and then I'll get my final answer. My final answer for this part. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I'm going to write the purple, right? And the green. There's the purple, and there's the green. And then I'm going to, all right, and then to get rid of a variable now, what would you multiply by to get rid of a variable? The top one by 3. You see, it's like, it's beyond obvious. It's like, oh my gosh, multiply the top by 3. And that's what you're seeing happening here. And I'll just throw it all up here and you guys can copy. There you go. Okay, so I multiply the top, which is the purple, by 3. And the bottom stays as is, the green. And now we add the two guys together, right? And we get 3y equals, the z's cancel, we get 15, and so the y equals 5, right? And I take the y equals 5, right? And I'm going to put that into the purple, right? And get this, then. That z equals 3. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these two values, and then we'll put this into, okay, one of the original equations, okay, like this. Bless you. Thank you. And solve for x. There you go. There's that. Okay, and so now you can see your answer. Here we are, the order triple, right? There you go, right there. We got the answer. Okay. There, 2, 5, and 3. They all good there. Exactly, it's that simple. It would be C plus S plus W equals 500. It's like, oh gosh, it's so simple.
That's a third grade problem.
Okay, it is a third grade problem. Now here comes a fourth grade problem answer, right? All right, now the corn costs $3.90 an acre, $1.90 for the soybeans an acre, and $1.70 for the wheat an acre, right? And the farmer has to spend, is going to spend a budget of $119,000. So now write that system. Oh my gosh.
390C plus 190S plus 170 equals.
There you go. 390C plus 190S plus 170W equals 119,000. It's like, oh my gosh, I can do that. So here's what you do. You say to yourself, okay, look. C equals W, right? Remember, twice as many wheat as there are corn. So there are twice as many wheats as corn. Who do you multiply by 2 to make them equal? The corn, you multiply by 2. You multiply the corn by 2. And this is where kind of this stuff on this. How's WW got there? I don't know what that did. So twice as many corn as there is wheat, okay? And that's the right equation for that, okay? So now, number 5 says this, write the system you just made, okay? Oh, that's easy. I just write all 3 equations again. Look at that, oops, I gotta pull this up a little bit. That's up to you, it's your notes, right? Oh, this is not working, is it? Okay, all right, got it. Okay. All right, and then when you look at this, right? Oh, I know what it is. It's the previous one. That's what I did wrong. Okay. And then as you look at this, okay, and that's the answer number 5 you're looking at. Once again, the film gun also now. Okay, as you look at that for number 5 as the answer, right? Then you have to say to yourself, okay, what method would I use to solve this?